Yes. He proposed to me. Princess Leonor reveals her relationship with Prince Christian. Imagine a palace hall filled with silence, the kind of silence that holds centuries of tradition in its echo. For years, the world believed Princess Leonor of Spain, the heir to the throne, would remain untouchable, guided only by duty. But what if I told you, everything we assumed was wrong? What if, behind the guarded palace walls, a secret love story has been unfolding, one powerful enough to shake the very foundations of two royal families? And here's the truth, he proposed. Yes, Prince Christian of Denmark has asked for her hand in marriage. But this isn't just a fairy tale of jewels and crowns. This is a story of risk, rebellion, and love. From the very beginning, Leonor's life was scripted. Born to King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia, her path seemed destined. Education at elite schools, military training, ceremonial duties, all preparing her to be Spain's first queen regnant in centuries. Every step was measured, every smile rehearsed, every glance analyzed. And yet, beneath that royal composure, Leonor carried a secret of her own heart, a connection with someone equally burdened by duty, Prince Christian of Denmark, the future king of his nation. Their story did not begin with fireworks or scandal. It began quietly, away from cameras. During international gatherings, state dinners, and youth royal programs, they found themselves side by side, exchanging conversations most would dismiss as polite gestures. But inside those fleeting moments, a spark grew. Could it be possible that two heirs, each confined by duty, could find freedom in one another? As the world speculated on Leonor's academic path at UWC Atlantic in Wales and later her military commitments, she was also nurturing something the palace tried to keep hidden. Letters, calls, carefully orchestrated visits where official protocol masked private emotion. Behind her formal title, Leonor was simply a young woman discovering love. But this wasn't just love, it was a risk. The Spanish royal family knew that any step toward Denmark's heir would be political dynamite. Two monarchies bound not just by history but by future expectations. Would Spain approve of their queen to be tying her destiny to another crown? And what about Denmark? Would its people welcome a Spanish queen consort, especially one destined to rule her own country? The tension was real. Insiders whisper that Queen Letizia, fiercely protective of her daughter, worried deeply. She admired Christian's character but feared the glare of such a union. King Felipe, balancing personal emotion with constitutional duty, reportedly remained cautious, reminding Leonor of her unique position. She was not just any princess, she was Spain's next monarch. Still, Leonor followed her heart. The young couple learned to balance secrecy and sincerity. At gatherings, their glances lingered just a little too long. During official youth summits, their laughter slipped past rehearsed smiles. And in private, their bond deepened beyond what duty could dictate. But then came the question. The proposal. Sources close to the royal circles reveal it wasn't staged in a palace, nor under the flash of cameras. Christian chose intimacy over spectacle. It happened, reportedly, during a quiet evening walk in Denmark, by the water, where history weighed less heavily, and love felt freer. With no crown, no titles, no entourage, just Christian and Leonor. He asked her, not the princess, not the heir, but the young woman he loved. And she said yes. Imagine the courage in that moment. For Leonor, it wasn't just accepting a ring, it was choosing to step into a story far bigger than herself. For Christian, it wasn't just proposing, it was declaring he was willing to share not just his crown, but his life, with the future queen of another nation. But the world doesn't know how to handle a story like this. Because what happens now? Will Spain allow their queen to marry Denmark's king-in-waiting? Will the two crowns clash, or will they create the most powerful royal alliance Europe has seen in generations? The engagement has raised countless questions. If Leonor ascends the Spanish throne, can she also be queen consort of Denmark? Could this love trigger constitutional debates, parliamentary disputes, or even rivalries between two monarchies? And most importantly, how do two young royals in love balance their nation's expectations with their personal dreams? This is where the story pulls us deeper. Think back to history. European royal marriages once shaped empires, started wars, united dynasties. From Isabella and Ferdinand of Spain, whose union reshaped a continent, to the Habsburg alliances that defined centuries of power. Now, in the 21st century, Leonor and Christian's love echoes those same seismic possibilities. But this time, it's not about conquest, it's about choice. Leonor's choice reflects a new era of monarchy. She is not a silent symbol, she is a woman raised to speak, act, and rule. And yet, even she cannot escape the weight of tradition. As her engagement becomes public, the Spanish press erupts. Some celebrate her bravery, hailing the engagement as a love story for the ages. Others warn it could weaken Spain's monarchy, painting her as reckless for entwining two crowns. Meanwhile, Denmark watches with equal intensity. Christian, admired for his calm presence and natural leadership, now stands beside a woman whose future role will eclipse the traditional duties of a consort. Could Denmark's royal family, steeped in centuries of tradition, accept that their future queen may also reign in her own right abroad? The families themselves tread carefully. Rumors swirl of late-night meetings between Madrid and Copenhagen, negotiations over protocol, titles, and futures. Will Leonor live in Spain or Denmark? Will their children inherit both destinies, or face the impossible choice of one crown over another? And yet, at the heart of this story, beyond the speculation, beyond the politics, there are two young people in love. Leonor and Christian are not just heirs to thrones. They are 20-somethings daring to imagine a future where love is not crushed by protocol. Where private happiness can survive public scrutiny. In one revealing moment, Leonor allegedly told a close friend, "For the first time in my life, I feel like I am choosing something for me, not for the crown." That confession speaks volumes. It shows us the woman behind the tiara, the heart behind the heritage. This love story isn't over, it's only beginning. Every move they make from now on will be analyzed, judged, celebrated, or criticized. Their wedding, should it happen, won't just be a royal spectacle. It will be a historic event redefining what monarchy means in the modern world. So, what will happen when Leonor walks down the aisle? Will she wear Spain's tradition or Denmark's? Will the vows unite two nations, or ignite rivalries that have been dormant for centuries? Every answer opens another question. Every revelation deepens the intrigue. And this is why the world cannot look away. Because in a time where monarchies are questioned, Leonor and Christian offer something rare, a reminder that even in palaces, even under crowns, the human heart still dares to choose love. And so, we end where we began, with a proposal. A simple question asked by a man in love, and a simple answer given by a woman ready to embrace both her destiny and her desire. Yes. She said yes. And the echo of that answer will reshape royal history forever.